Hey guys, Expat Colin here. How are you doing? How have you been? Well, saw the news today. Kind of sad news about the passing of Gene Hackman. And I was thinking, started kind of going back down memory lane, thinking of all the movies I've seen with him, and started thinking about why it gets harder and harder to hear about people passing, celebrities and things like that. I mean, you think about someone that you know, I never knew him. He never even knew I existed or anybody else, Um, and yet it's still impacting. It's still kind of hard to accept that that person's gone. And I guess what the whole psychology behind that is that it reminds us of our own mortality. You get so used to seeing those people in movies, and you see the movies over and over again during years and years, and you see them later on and they make appearances and this and that, and and you just kind of you take for granted that the person's there. You think they're always going to be there, right? And typically Gene Hackman in his movies was kind of the tough guy and invincible, and I remember him in the Poseidon Adventure, the original one, you know phenomenal movie. And the other one that was all besides Superman, of course, Gene Hackman was the original Lex Luthor. Great role. But the other movie that really stood out to me always was Mississippi Burning. Great movie. Great movie. And so you never think like that person's going to be gone one day. You think they're invincible. You think they're larger than life. Of course, he was 95, and the passage of the years weren't too kind to Gene Hackman. I saw some of the more recent pictures of him, and he looked 95. What I can't really figure out is what happened there. With They found both he and his wife were dead, both of them. That seems a bit weird. That seems a bit suspicious. But who knows? I mean, I haven't seen all the reports I've seen so far are very vague and just he died, and they show clips from movies, and that's it. There's been nothing so far. I'm sure more will come out. Um, Seems like kind of a weird deal, though, to me. Anyway, um, so yeah, I wanted to comment on that, and everything going on. If you live in different countries, like I do here in Honduras, directly or indirectly, the politics and the foreign policy that the United States has will affect you one way or the other. Like I said, directly or indirectly. And so things that Trump are doing definitely are sending shockwaves around the world, and you feel the effects here. I have a son-in-law. Pretty much, I consider him to be a son-in-law, even though they're not like engaged or anything. But my old one of my stepdaughters, she has a boyfriend that I'm more than sure that they're going to get married in the future. They've been together for quite a while, and he went to the States a couple of years ago. He immigrated illegally, and I won't give too many details. But let's just say he's in a southern state, and with the idea of working for a couple of years and then coming back to Honduras so that he can build a house and get a jump start on his own business. So he went and did that, and he's been there for a couple of years now, and it's been going very well for him. And he's working in construction in general and roofing and things like that. And when this all started happening, the ICE raids have been getting closer and closer to where he's living. They've been kind of skirting him, around him, kind of the bordering states, and there was about a week there where they didn't go to work because ICE was nearby, and they couldn't get to the job they had to go to because they had to commute. So we've been feeling the effects of that. And basically, as I saw things going on, I told my daughter. I don't like to say stepdaughter. She's my daughter. That's how I view her. So I'm just gonna say my daughter. Okay, her name's Gabby, and I told her that I wanted to talk to him. So the next time that she did a video call with him, I talked to him and just gave him a little bit of advice. And I said, with what's going on right now, the Trump administration's not playing around. Okay, um, and he had already been saving money for a couple of years now, and he had it in a bank account there. And I said, you better start sending that back home. You better start sending it back home. So my daughter's got a bank account. Start making transfers, bank transfers, because if any of these days ICE picks you up, it's a wrap. It's over. And any money you got there, it's gone. It's gone. Bank is taking it. You're not going to get it back. You're not going to be able to get it back. You won't be able to uh, get that money, unless you got some kind of bank app or something that you could still access it while you're here back in Honduras. But I don't know what the situation is there. But I just told him, don't risk it. And he was like, yeah, I think you're right. And so he's been, little by little, he's been sending all his money back home here so that at the very least, if he gets picked up by ICE and deported, he'll have all his money here. So he won't lose his money. And he's been doing that. And that was a smart move. So, it starts affecting us. And another thing is, one thing you have to realize, guys, I'll give you a little statistic here in Honduras. Trump said that he was threatening putting, I don't know if it was tariffs or taxes or something, but he was talking about taxing the wire transfers, money transfers like MoneyGram, Western Union, all of that, putting a government tariff on it or tax on it. And that would be really disastrous. That would be disastrous. Here in Honduras, right around 30% of the national product of the country, okay, the whatever it is, the national brute product or internal brute product, whatever it is, whatever they call it, 30% of that comes from wire transfers that family members in the United States send to their family back here in Honduras. 30% of our economy is built on that. I can't remember how much it was, but per year it's like up around 7, 6, 7, 8 billion dollars. Which for Honduras that's a lot of money, and that would be if the wire transfers go down, or if they stop altogether, this country will implode. This country will implode for many, many, many families. A lot of people. That's one of the only sources of income that they have is from what their family members are sending back. For any substantial money for anything, they count on that money. You know, that's the only thing keeping them out of just abject poverty. So That's scary. That's scary thinking about that. So I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But yeah, rest in peace, Gene Hackman. We're in our summer months now. Right now, end of February now, March, April, summer, which means dry month. Way hotter now. It just all of a sudden, you know, everything cleared up, clear skies, blazing sun. It's been up in the upper 90s now, and it's going to be this way up until May, whenever it starts raining, mid May. So, summertime. Anyway, I hope everyone's doing well there, and see you in the next one.